Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio. And I would like to say I told you so, but let's be honest here. I think many of us already knew that this would happen with regards to the Matrix Resurrections bombing in the Chinese box office. But before we get started, guys, just remember that at least one of my videos every week will be exclusive to my alt tech presences. Links are down below in the description to my BitChute and Odyssey channels. Anyway, let's dig right into this. From the Hollywood Reporter, China box office: The Matrix Resurrections underwhelms with $7.5 million opening. I think they meant to say bomb because that's not that great of a number to really boast about. Ticketing service Mayo, I think it's I know it's Maoyan. Currently projects the fourth Matrix movie, which cost $190 million to make, topping out at just $15 million in China. If that's not a box office bomb, then what is? Warner Bros. And Village Roadshows, The Matrix Resurrections got off to an inauspicious start at China's box office over the weekend, securing top spot, but earning just $7.5 million from Friday to Sunday. Lana Wachowski's film, the fourth in the Matrix franchise, was weighed down in China by rampant piracy and poor reception among local moviegoers. I think the poor reception had more to do with it, because I hate to break this to you, the rampant piracy is something that Hollywood has had to deal with for fucking years. Everything from the Avengers to the smallest movies releasing in China. Surprise. It can never just be the fact that they made a bad movie. It has to be other problems. Not just the poor reception. No, it's also because of piracy. Resurrections has been widely available on Chinese piracy networks since it opened in the US simultaneously on HBO Max and in cinemas on December 22nd. Worse still for the franchise's future prospects in China, local audiences don't seem to much like the reboot, with it scoring just 7.5 on Alibaba's flagship ticketing service Taobao, 7.4 on Maoyan, and 5.7 on Douban. Every major Chinese title currently on release has earned significantly higher ratings. I know I'm butchering the hell out of this name. I think it's pronounced Maoyan. Maoyan. I know Mao is Maoyan. Currently projects Resurrections to top out in China with just over $15 million, RMB 96.6 million, and by midday Monday, the film had slid to fifth place in real-time ticket sales for the day. Resurrection's worldwide total is now $140 million, with $104.2 million coming from international territories. The film cost a whopping $190 million or more to make, not including marketing. The Hollywood sci-fi epic won the weekend in China, but not by much. The pandemic-themed romance Embrace Again, distributed by Alibaba Pictures, brought in $6.8 million for the frame, boosting its total to $126.6 million, the most of any local title in 2022 so far. Dante Lam's holdover Hong Kong action thriller G-Storm earned $4.2 million for a running total of $85 million, data from Artisan Gateway shows. Further down the charts, Paramount's CG animation Paw Patrol the movie opened with just $3.6 million. Maoyan projects Paw Patrol finishing with about $10.5 million in China. At present, no other U.S. studio has been granted a release date in China, continuing a trend of reduced market access and diminished earnings for American movies in the world's largest theatrical film market. Well, let's be honest about The Matrix Resurrections. Not only is it a reboot, where it heavily relies on your knowledge of the prior three movies, you add in the poor word of mouth. I don't give two shits about the piracy. In fact, there's many studies that show that piracy has little to no effect on the movie industry as a whole, financial wise. You make a bad movie, some of the biggest blockbusters become the most pirated movies, of that particular year. I remember The Expendables 3 was one of the most pirated movies of 2014, and guess what? That movie didn't lose any money at the box office. It just made less money than the two sequels. And nowadays, when you ask people behind The Expendables 3 what did they think caused the box office dip, they don't blame the piracy. They blame the fact that they took a pre-established R-rated franchise and made it PG-13. So, is anyone genuinely shocked that the Matrix Resurrections like bombed in China? I know I'm not. And guys, that's pretty much all I got for you before I drag this out for way longer than it needs to be. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following me long enough, you know I'm terrible at ending these videos, so I will just see you guys next time.